Today, we stepped out of the real world and stepped into what only can be described as a Microsoft screensaver.
So come along with us to Soana Island in the Dominican Republic. We booked this trip through TUI and I couldn't recommend doing that enough. I don't know whether this is because we booked it through TUI or it was just a fluke, but we were literally the first at every single place, which really made a difference. So we got picked up bright and early at the hotel at 7:15 and we headed to the port where we caught a speedboat. And let me just say that was rapido. It was so fast, it was terrifying. But we were okay because we had life jackets on, we were safe. We're on the speedboat for about an hour and then we hopped off at a sandbank. I'm not too sure what this was. It was really random, but it was in the middle of the ocean and it was just dead shallow water and you could stand up and walk all the way around the boat. It was incredible. There was starfish everywhere. And we stopped here for a good 45 minutes. The trip only costed us $60 per person and that included all free drinks, including in the middle of the ocean. How freaking cool. When I say I have never seen water this clear, guys, I am not joking. Like, it is genuinely like what you see in the movies. We were really lucky, and as I say, I don't know if it was because we were with TUI or it was just fluke, but we were the first at every destination. I'm sorry, but how cute are these freaking starfishes? Is Patrick, is that you? And after about half an hour, it started to get really busy, and I feel like it didn't ruin it, but it does put a little bit of a, I don't know, it's not as intimate. But nevertheless, it's still absolutely fabulous. Then we hopped back on the speedboat and we were on there for another, I'd say like 20 minutes before we reached Soana Island. Owen put me at the side of the boat for a laugh and I got absolutely drenched. And the sun here is not playing, but get ready for this. Wow. I was skeptical and thought in person it's not going to be as nice, but honestly, the pictures and videos do not do this justice. It's genuinely the epitome of paradise. It is literally what you would imagine paradise to be. Little parrots in the trees. There was little crabs crawling everywhere, but really cute crabs, like little pale ones. I think there's a video of that in a second. But we hopped off the speedboat, as I said, and then we could grab any drinks that we wanted. They were all included. The only thing that isn't included is the pina coladas. Now let me tell you about these pina coladas. I don't like them. I don't like pina coladas, but in the Caribbean, when it's being served in a pineapple, it hits different, and they were bloody gorgeous. They cost $10, but they were the only things that weren't included because the locals actually live off that money, which I just think is really amazing. Cannot describe the feeling of swimming in a sea this clear. It literally feels clear on your skin. I cannot describe the feeling. And I'm sorry, but I might think crabs are now the cutest creatures ever. Look at that. And included in the $60 per person, you also get lunch. So it was a little barbecue. We had spaghetti, rice, salad, there was pork chops, there was chicken, and it was honestly really nice. It surprised me because I didn't think it was going to be that nice, but the food was gorgeous. Now you get about 2 hours on the island, which was amazing, and because we were the first ones there, we literally had the entire beach to ourselves, so we did a bit of exploring. Me and Owen did a walk down the beach on our own. It was just absolutely gorgeous. And then this lovely man came around with coconuts. Can you even deal a coconut in the Caribbean? Super iconic. And it was actually delicious, and I don't normally like coconuts, but it just hit different. Then when you're done on the island, you then go back on a catamaran. So you go on a speedboat and then you come back on the catamaran, and the catamaran was so much fun. It was literally a big party. Everyone was drinking rum. It was such a good vibe. If you're coming to the Dominican, make sure you go to Soana.